YouTube family, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, man. And it's somewhat a beautiful day. I'm still recording a lot of videos on the same day how I typically do it, but we're happy to have you here. If you are new to the channel, please make sure to hit that thumbs up, smash the like on the video, turn the post notification bell on, and subscribe to the channel. Do all this stuff for your boy so you can be locked in for the long haul on this channel. And for all my return viewers, I just want to thank you guys for continuing to support me on this YouTube journey, man. I thank you guys for every video because I just thank you guys for supporting me, man. So I'm not gonna hold you too long. Let's go and get into the topic of today's video. See the title and you see the thumbnail. So it's no secret, like lately, Dodges have been getting stolen left and right. Mopars in general. I'm talking Jeep, Trackhawks, SRT Jeeps, Scat Packs, Hellcats, Red Eyes, Demons. It does not matter. Durango SRT, Durango Hellcats. It does not matter. If it's a Mopar product, people are doing whatever they can to go out and steal these cars, which makes it, you know, which pretty much sucks for us owners that we gotta constantly keep looking over our shoulder, you know, being mindful of what we're doing with these cars. I mean, you should do that regardless of what you're driving, but especially if you're driving a Dodge Mopar product these days, you really have to be on your P's and Q's and be, you know, aware of surroundings at all times. So in this video, what I want to talk about the 5 ways thieves are stealing these cars. I know I mentioned it before in a previous video, but I didn't go into the different ways that people are doing it, but I definitely want to call this out just so people can be aware, and if they're in these certain situations, how they maybe should handle themselves and govern themselves accordingly to make sure they can minimize the damage or minimize, you know, a loss of life or things of that nature, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first way that thieves are stealing these cars, they're cloning your key fob or repeating the signal, right? So pretty much what they're doing is, if you're parked somewhere, they have a device where they're looking for the signal to your car, and they're kind of like unlocking the car or trying to figure out which car, where the signal is located, right? And once they figure out what car it is, all they have to do at that point is pretty much unlock the car, get in the car, start the car up and go, just like normal, just as if you had your key fob, right? Now this can happen, you know, if you have your car parked in your driveway, anywhere where your key fob has a good reach or a good signal to your car. And a couple ways you can prevent that. Number one, if you're at home, of course, have your car parked in the garage. You want to make sure you have it locked away, or if you don't have a garage, maybe have your car blocked in or things of that nature. Still, that may not be ideal. I have seen thieves like disregard that and still try to get the car. But another thing here is this little box that you can get that will block the signal to your key fob. So that way, if a thief tries to replicate the signal from your key fob to the car, they won't be able to pick it up. So make sure you do that to protect yourself. The way number 2 that thieves are stealing these cars, stealing the registration. So this is a multi-step process of what people are doing, right? If you go out somewhere and you park your car and whatnot, you come back to your car, your window's busted out, your car's not stolen, and you're thinking that's the end of it. So what is the first thing that people do? Call the cops. You got to sit there for how long? Wait for the police officer to come up, talk with them, file a report, and that could take, who knows, maybe like 30 minutes if you're lucky, an hour. You know, it takes a long time. But this is what thieves are doing. They're pretty smart with this. They know you're going to do that. So what they would do is they'll break into your car. They won't steal anything. The only thing they'll need out your car is something with your address, which is more likely going to be your registration. So they'll go in your glove compartment or your center console here and find the registration, get your address off of it, and that's all they need. And they will go back to your house or your place of residence and wait on you some way, shape, or form. Maybe not that particular day, or maybe it'll come back another day. They catch you like in a certain predicament where you have your guard down. More than likely, they'll probably want to do this quick, because if you just had your car broken into and you're already mad about that, you're going home, you're not thinking about anything, you just want to get home, you've already had this ordeal happen, you got to fix your window, and you get home and those people are going to be possibly there waiting on you to take the car and finish the job off. So the way around that is make sure your glove compartment is locked. Granted, they can still break it to get in there, but make it a little bit harder. Maybe not keep your registration in the car, maybe keep it elsewhere, if possible, maybe keep it on you. A couple things of that nature that you want to do. But if you find yourself in a situation where your car is broken into and you think there's a possibility that they may have taken the address from your car, things like that, be very mindful. If you're going home, make sure you have multiple people with you. Maybe have someone scout out the house, see if anyone's there. and this is America, make sure you have your best friend with you, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about, your best friend. Make sure you have that with you. You can handle it how you want to handle it. You can just give in, give them the car, you can fight back. I'm not telling you what's the best way to do it. Either way, you're running a risk of doing harm to yourself. It's a possibility, but if you have your friend with you, you can lessen that chance or whatnot. But more than likely, they will not be alone. So make sure you're not alone, whether it's other people or what have you, right? So make sure you do that and protect yourself in that aspect. So that's number 2. So number 3, this is a new one I just recently seen. This is called the hit and run. I'm gonna call it the hit and run. So pretty much what a thief would do. Well, we got smoke. I thought we had none. I thought we had none. Maybe don't. I was ready. But anyway, number 3, so the hit and run. So this is something I just recently saw some thieves do. So pretty much if you're out and about, possibly this will happen late at night, somewhere where you're more than likely to be alone and don't have to worry about anything. Let me get away from this wall because this house is kind of loud, right? So if you're out somewhere, maybe late at night, somewhere where you are alone, and you may be having a car following. So first thing you want to do, make sure you are checking your surroundings, see who's following you. Take random turns, keep doing the same turn over and over again, things like that, right? So what they would do is follow you, and when you come to a stop, they'll tap into you or something to get your attention to make you want to get out the car. So you get ran into from behind, your first instinct, and everyone's gonna do this, get out the car and inspect the damage. What will happen at that point is multiple people will probably be in the car behind you, and once you get out your car, they will get out the car and approach you and take your car at that point. I've seen a video recently where that happened to a guy, and 4 people jumped out of the car, all with guns. One of them shot him in the leg as he tried to run away, and all they had to do at that point, they robbed him, took his keys, and drove off. That's it. That fast, right? And that's hard to trace back because the car can be stolen that they're hitting you with and things of that nature. So the best thing, if something like that happens, if you get hit, one thing you may want to do, go to a well-lit area where there are a lot of other people around. If you're by yourself, definitely want to do that. Now, they still may not care, but you may help your chances out. Or go ahead, call the police, say, hey, I got hit, this is what's going on, I'm gonna go to this location, can you meet me there, and see if they follow you there, right? Now, the downside of this, if they hit you and they go off, your insurance will have to take care of that. So best to have the dash cams on your car to show the police like, hey, I got hit, this is what happened and things of that nature. But you still, have to go through your insurance and whatnot, get it taken care of. So if that does happen to you, you get hit from behind, just be mindful and just think about, just kind of assess the situation. See if you can see how many people are in the car behind you. Get to a place where you won't be alone, and if you're by yourself, definitely make sure you're not by yourself, if you know what I mean, right? So that is number 3. Number 4, another way that these are targeting these cars, GPS tracking, AirTags or any other similar devices. So pretty much what they'll do, they'll see your car sitting somewhere, they'll throw the AirTag somewhere in your car, maybe not in your car, but on the outside of your car, like in a fender well, under a fender, behind the bumpers, places like that where it'll be hard to detect. I know with Apple, you can locate it because you'll get a notification and things of that nature. But what they would do from that standpoint is figure out where you stay, figure out where you go, and then from that point, when they notice that your car's no longer moving, they'll come out and get your car. So what you have to do in that standpoint, if you know you're being tracked, I would go to a police station somewhere that is not your house and try to find out where this AirTag is located, and do not bring your car back to your house until you locate it. Because if you have your car sitting at your house and they know your address, it doesn't matter if you find it or whatnot, they already know where your car is, and they can come at any time to get your car when they feel it's necessary. Or they can catch you when you're out and about and try to steal it then, or find a location where you're gonna be by yourself and try to do it then, and then try to implement some of the other tactics I mentioned earlier in this video, as far as maybe doing a hit and run on you or whatnot, or what have you, right? So make sure, if you get that notification that you have an AirTag, do not go home. Do not let them know where you stay at, because at that point you're just on their hit list at that point when they want to come by. So that is number 4. So number 5, and the last way that they do this, and this is kind of a no-brainer, but still just want to mention it so people are still thinking about this, is the gas station. If you're at the gas station, you have to fill up your car. It can take maybe about 5. It can take some time. I never timed it, but maybe a good 5, maybe 10 minutes, maybe not even that long, to fill up your car. So you're sitting there, you got to put your credit card information in. You got to sit there, wait on the car to fill up and things like that. And you're sitting there for a long time waiting for all this to happen. If you got to put gas in your car, do it at a well-lit gas station during the day. Do not go to a gas station you're not familiar with at nighttime and things of that nature, because you could be setting yourself up to be the next victim. always, if you do have to get gas late at night, always looking around, see what's going on, look for suspicious people and things of that nature, because that's one of the easiest places to get you, because you're just standing still and you really can't go anywhere until the transaction in the car is filled up. And of course you have your keys on you too, so they can just hop in the car, hit the button and drive off and leave you stranded. And that is number 5. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the video, man. If there's any other ways that these are targeting these cars, I would love to hear in the comments below, so go ahead and drop them below. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you for the long haul. As always, thank you for tuning in to the video. We'll catch you on the next one. We are out. Cut it.